Y'all, so let me tell y'all something. I was I was entering in the chat. I was talking to my boy in the chat right now. His gameplay's on stream. I was entering the chat and I pressed the key enter to enter the text in the chat because I was texting right here, right? I was texting right here, right? Well, when I pressed enter, it ended the stream because my hotkey to end the stream is enter. So I just had like a 2-minute little stream on accident because I pressed the enter key. That's wild, ain't it? That's something wild, ain't it? Jesus Christ. Dude, I don't understand how my laptop overheats this instantly, man. Like, it's a functioning laptop. I don't get why. And it's not even streaming off of this. It's not even streaming off the laptop itself. It's streaming off of the second monitor I'm using. So I don't understand why this laptop gets that overheated so quickly. I don't get it. Because I see the audio spikes, like, going crazy right now because of the laptop itself. So, wild, man. We finna start up. We're gonna wait a few minutes, see if anybody joins, and then we'll get started, man. We'll get started. How long is this album even? How long? Let's see, we got quite a few short tracks. Honestly, we got like 3 tracks that are over 3 minutes, and they're random. And these 2 are like back to back. So I'm still looking forward to this album either way. This is my first time reacting to a whole Earl Sweatshirt project, so I'm very excited for this. How everybody weekend been so far though? Everybody doing good? Yo, why is that the... Oh, hold up. Yo, why is the thumbnail cover different? Why is my thumbnail different now? Is it because it's a different live? Dog, how do I change the thumbnail? Oh my god, now I gotta deal with this. Oh, jeez, man. Alright. Gotta change the thumbnail back real quick. Stream, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by real quick. Gotta change the fucking thumbnail. Like, it's not even the right one either. Like, I have to go back and change this shit. As soon as I finish this, we'll get started. Alright, so the thumbnail should be changed properly now. The thumbnail should be completely correct now. Hopefully. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to go back. Actually, I can do it right now. I can do it right now. Let me add this to one of the playlists real quick. Do that. Go to YouTube Studio on my phone. And then change the thumbnail. And now if I go back to YouTube, move it. Hey, there we go. We did it. Yo, Butcher, I've seen you in browsing your Xbox games history. Are you a wrestling fan? Recently I've kind of gotten back into it because my parents are watching like documentaries and stuff like that. But like playing WWE, I don't really do it too much. I have 2K19 back there. I don't really play it that much. I'm into fighting games though. I'm not good at them, but I'm into fighting games. Like I got Mortal Kombat, I got Injustice, but WWE. Me and my sister play that, and we downloaded like characters and stuff. So if you have it on Xbox, man, maybe we can game sometime. But other than that, let's just go ahead and get started, man. We're a few minutes into the stream now. If people tag along in, that's cool. That's cool. We got a 10-track album by Earl Sweatshirt. My first album that I'm going to be listening to from Earl Sweatshirt. We got Sick. It just released like a few weeks ago. I think this was released like literally a week after the Weeknd's album, which we'll wait to talk about that another time. I plan on watching Knoxville with the Rumble tonight, but AEW is great wrestling. Yeah, I hear some real good things about AEW. I don't necessarily know what that stands for, but I've heard it before. So that's cool. That's definitely cool. Let's just go ahead and get started, man. We got Earl Sweatshirt, Sick, first track, Old Friend.
On it.
Okay, I was seeing the chat. I play a lot of MK11 and 2K19. Is this the only time that you live stream? No, I've live streamed before. I've done a couple streams, but they're mostly something I do. Like I kind of plan out like within a week, and then I only stream on Saturdays because this is the only time I can use a second monitor, so I could have stream open, and I can see chat. You know what I mean? Maybe in the summer I'll stream during the day, but that's not even a guarantee either because my dad will be working, and he's the reason why I have the second monitor. So let's just go ahead and get started though. Earl Sweatshirt, Sick, track number 1, Old Friend.
Strong spirit with a body couldn't get asylum and cost of living high. Don't cross the picket line and get the virus. Wildcat has got him in a.
So he's already talking about COVID. So wonder how someone like Anthony Fantano felt about that.
Line and get the virus. Wildcat has got him in a bind. Stay inside. No, I came from out the thick and smiling. Mad Hatters capping every line, it doesn't matter to the 10 and 5. They start hacking when they can't shrink us. I found a middle and a bit.
They start hacking when they can't shrink us? Oh, shit. Dog, I didn't even realize. It has been since summer of last year since I've done an Earl Sweatshirt reaction. That's ridiculous. I didn't even know that. That's crazy in my opinion. Like, I knew it's been a while, but not 6 months, like.
They start hacking when they can't shrink us. I found a middle and a bit of balance. Fever in the cabin, I knew where we was headed. I ain't count no blessings, I sure as shit can measure. Link up for some feasible methods.
I ain't count no blessings, I sure as hell can measure. Like, just the doubles already.
Free yourself, split it with my hand like cigarettes. Slick oil in a fish gill. I fill a void with the pen, fill the fear. Shrill, couple stains that I couldn't shield. My brother brain that we couldn't shield. Couple came, couple went still. And what remained of the wolves meal, I held a page, gave the book ears.
Couple wins still. The only thing that remained was like some type of pill. What did he say? Morrisville or something like that? Let's go back a little bit.
My brother brain that we couldn't shield. Couple came, couple went still. And what remained of the wolves meal, I hella page, gave the book ears. Whisper thanks, hella pain, heavy brain in the Catskills. Played the shade, quite a deal, glad we stay friends.
Hungry? Order some.
So already from the gate, he was talking a little bit about COVID, kind of about like how his life has kind of been affected by it, you know, because y'all already know Earl Sweatshirt not the most social person. I don't even think he has social media outside of Twitter. So he was talking about that. He was kind of talking about his brother. He was talking about maybe drug abuse, his addiction to some of these prescription pills and stuff like that. Maybe how it's affected him, his family, his relationship with his brother. He's definitely talked about that. He said he was glad that they're still friends. So, pretty short track, but a lot honestly said within a minute 20. That's crazy in my opinion. Appreciate you stopping by, anime waifu. But, oh god. I just know one of these days I'm going to have one of those moments. Now that I stream somewhat. I'm telling you, I want to get more as a streamer. The next month, I want to stream at least like 3 times next month. I really do. Whether it be to an album reaction or just something content-wise. I want to stream like at least 3 times next month. So stay tuned in if you want to see more streams. But let's go ahead and go into track number 2, 2010. Which, it's been 12 years later. So maybe he's going to be talking about his past on this one. Let's get it. Oh, it transitions perfectly into this track.
I'ma need a bigger bag for the cohort. Trying to make a millionaire out of slum dogs.
Dude, my man Earl Sweatshirt is rocking J. Cole dreads now. Holy shit.
I'ma need a bigger bag for the cold.
Oh, snap. Hello? Not really. Alright. Nah. Love you. Bye. Before anybody asks, chill out. That's my mother. That's my mother, y'all. Chill out. I will show up for a live show. Are you talking about the WWE still, or like Earl Sweatshirt? What do you mean? What you mean by that, Aaron? Elaborate with me if you don't mind. Oh, you're probably talking about the stream. I appreciate that.
I'ma need a bigger bag for the cohort. Trying to make a millionaire out of slum dogs. Bet that head crack blunt force. Cozy with the East Africans up north, where 7 make a 3 turn a 10 by law.
Coasting with the East Africans up north. Like, ooh. Hold up. Oh, if I do a live... Oh, I appreciate that. Aaron. Hold up. He said I'm going to need a bigger bag for the cohort. Like, because he's smoking weed, so a bigger bag of weed for the cohort. Like, ooh. Just the way he's approaching this beat already.
I'ma need a bigger bag for the cohort. Trying to make a millionaire out of slum dogs. Bet that head crack blunt force. Cozy with the East Africans up north, where 7 make a 3 turn a 10 by law. Crescent moon winked when I blinked, it was gone. Left the crib smack.
Crescent moon blinked when I winked, it was gone? Ooh, hold up. Earl's on something with this one.
Where 7 make a 3 turn a 10 by law. Crescent moon winked when I blinked, it was gone. Left the crib smack, no sheath on the sword. Made it by the skin on my teeth, thank God. 03, mama rockin' Liz Claiborne. Had her stressing up the wall playing Mary J songs. Rainy day came, couldn't rinse the stains off. Long way to go, we already came far. Story stayed the same, it was never...
Long way we came, still gotta go far. Like, ooh, woohoo. Hey, y'all can't see it because of chat. But Earl Sweatshirt is smiling right here. He seems like he's in a good place now. Like, not the best place, but maybe a better place now. So, Good for Earl. Good for Earl.
The stains off. Long way to go, we already came far. Story stayed the same, it was never made up. Threw me loose change, look at what I made of it. When the mood change, I'm a poker face. It's a new day, who got all the aces? Who be folding late, who know when to play dead? Who sit up straight when the roof caved in? Had a full play, you ain't wanna split it. Told your teeth straight, you ain't wanna listen. Cup runneth over the brim. Bust open, there's no closing the lid. Drum roll, and here go my little entrance. Gung ho, I'm the one that go get it. 5 O's on me like the Olympics. Pure gold, something told me don't.
5 O's like on me like the Olympics. Ooh. This one is bar heavy. That beat smacks. Earl's delivery is sharp. Like, yeah, I'm messing with this one. I'm messing with this one.
5 O's on me like the Olympics. Pure gold, something told me don't mix it. Caught the feeling, mama had me out temple. Not religious, we was really out Philly. Living on the fly, trying to wing it. We got a safari.
Living on the fly, trying to wing it. Dude, there's some passion in Earl's. There's some passion in just this track alone. Like, Earl's very, like, I've done quite a few Earl Sweatshirt reactions. I think from the reactions I've done, my favorite tracks are from the I Don't Go Outside, I Don't Like Shit album. You know, so not really the biggest fan of the song rap songs tracks, which maybe I'm just a little too young for that album. Maybe I'll understand it maybe in a few years, but I mean, this is like some energy I don't think I've ever heard from Earl before.
On the fly, trying to wing it. We got a safari to rekindle. Redirect the fight where it's meant for. Triumph over plight and immense loss. Right alone at night, I get clear thoughts. Caught a couple slices and I veered off. Saw another height, had my ears popped. Walked outside, it was still gorgeous.
He said, saw another height and my ears popped. Insane.
Walked outside, it was still gorgeous. Sharp insides was revealed slowly. In the dark inside, we was real hungry. On the 7 of the 5, we was real hungry. Niggas still drumming. Foot shook ground when I stepped on it. Didn't look back when I broke soil.
Foot shook ground when I stepped on it. He's talking about being hungry 7 to 5, like on the 7 to 5 like kind of job, or I don't know, but he was saying they used to be like basically poor and used to be hungry back in the days, and now this shit is crazy. Dude, this one's great. I've never been a fan, but I've listened to this album at least a half dozen times. I like this sweatshirt. It fits perfectly. Wow. Very interesting, Magic Man. Very interesting. I appreciate you stopping by and telling me that.
Niggas still drumming. Foot shook ground when I stepped on it. Didn't look back when I broke soil. Cause every time I did, it would hurt more. In the dark inside, we was real hungry. On the 7 of the 5, we was real hungry. And I didn't look back when I broke soil. Cause every time I did, it would hurt more.
Right. Say every time I look back, it would hurt more. Oh, I don't know if this is part of the music video or not, but that's kind of cool how it faded away like that.
Why is it when someone says...
Honestly, like, I think I would add that one right now. I am like that I've only done 2. This is only the second stream I've done this year, but if this was just a regular reaction, right, and I heard that for the very first time, I think I would add that because there was just so many layers. There was crazy amount of bars. Earl's delivery was great. Like, everything about the production was very it sonically fit Earl Sweatshirt. Like, that's a whole, this is like a whole different Earl already. You know what I mean? Like, there's like very deep thought like process when it comes to listening to Earl Sweatshirt, and this one's kind of just going straight forward, and I actually really like it. Maybe some of his hardcore fans won't because they're used to those deeper, like layered lyrics, but I mean, I genuinely fucked with that last track. That was really dope in my opinion. Like 1 out of the 2 tracks, already one of them's a hit. Like, come on, bro, that's great results. That's great results. And like I said, the first one definitely needs like to be replayed more. I feel like that, because if I'm not mistaken, 2010 was a single release before the album. So, I think that was more like the lead single of the album. So, of course, it's going to be like, he's going to put more effort into it to like promote the album. But, track number 3, we got the title track, Sick but lowercase. Still with the exclamation mark, though. I know he has like 2 or 3 features on here, some new guys that I've never heard of before, so we'll see what they do when we get later onto it. Let's get it, though.
Give you a kiss.
Yeah, said something without a yeah. Something gotta get.
Is this literally the same like visual as the previous one? Because I literally remember seeing that pop and pill part. But I mean, someone let me know if this is literally the same like visual almost.
Something gotta give. Spin another web. Head home, Mr. Spitz like I'm Spider-Man. Felt it on the limb. You would fall and slip again. I heard life a trip. What a trip. Get it how you live. I guess that's all you get. Take it on the chin. Pleasure by the gram. Gas siphoning. Smoke in my diaphragm. Stem caps, Molly Black.
So I get the delivery of it. He's like, it's almost like he's dozing off in a way. But there's a little parts that aren't exactly clear. He's not mumbling, but he's on like kind of like a new school like trap style beat, but it's almost in his own way, and he's kind of like not even sounding like himself on this one. Which, like, again, I like that about the last track. He was trying something new. He's trying to do something new with this track as well, but I don't know how I feel just about the way he's like kind of delivering his vocals right now.
Stem caps, Molly Black, Betty Bambalam, Debbie Allen Dan, shorty really from the west. Just a alley cat, legend in the fucking flesh. Quit the frat, double back, I need a percent. Last alive, karma fast, that's a messy bitch. Can't go outside no more cause niggas sick. Fuck a second chance, I won't let the devil in.
Fuck a second chance, I won't let the devil in. Can't go outside cause people be sick. I know Earl has like some, like, he actually does have like depression and like I think real like performance issues, like stage fright almost in a way, and that's why he doesn't really like, I don't think he tours a lot, you know. But Earl Sweatshirt is definitely someone who can talk about maybe his fears about the pandemic and kind of the effect like social media and how everything's been kind of since then, and it not sound like cringy or outdated, because when COVID hit, every single rapper, including some of my favorites, felt like there was a need to throw in COVID lines. Eminem, Joyner, Kendrick, like almost everybody who was rapping from 2020 up until this point at least has had one COVID bar. You know what? Kanye did. But I feel like with Earl's situation and who he is just as a person, can make an album almost built around his life and how it's kind of been affected since the pandemic, you know? Because when was the last time Earl released? When did he he had an album in 2020, but I don't think it wasn't like anything huge. Like, I think it was just maybe like a little EP drop. So, but some rap songs, like I know an official album was last dropped in like 2018. So.
I'm more cause niggas sick. Ay, fuck a second chance, I won't let the devil in. Something gotta give, cover me, I'm going in. Pressure blow the lid, factor in the overhead. Live with no regrets, tell me when you toe the fib. I can count the chips, not on what the teller said. That's expensive shit, like my uncle fella said.
That's a special shit.
So really, art is what is happening at the very heart of the people's development or underdevelopment. So I think as far as Africa is concerned, music cannot be for enjoyment. Music has to be for revolution. Really working with the people, enlightening the people, and doing your duty as a citizen. Play music, do something about the system. If you feel bad about it, do something about it.
When I was a student, I'd write long essays.
So that one was definitely interesting. Definitely another one that wasn't like as straightforward as the previous track, or as track number 1. So, which is what I was expecting. You know, I'm not no professional like breakdown channel, and I don't know Earl's catalog or who he is as a person from head up, front to back, like discography. I don't know all that, but I definitely did come in here expecting some shit that's beyond just surface level, like delivery and approach to tracks. You know what I mean? So I do like the sound. I do like how every track is sounded different, though. I really do like that. You know, Earl's production sometimes I feel could be a little stale at points, a little sleepy, but even something like that, I like the scratching like effect that was happening towards the end, and like it was a little bit of a trap style beat, but it wasn't like completely new school. It was still felt like an Earl Sweatshirt track. It just felt like his interpretation of it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't too much. So we're already 30% done with the album though, and it's leaving a good impression on me. You know, definitely a better impression than Weeknd's Dawn FM. You know what I mean? So, that's not going to be a fun album to review, to be honest. Like, I got some brutal thoughts about that album, and I feel like I'm finna lose the whole EXO fan base inevitably after that album review drops, because there's definitely going to be one now. So, but let's go ahead and get into track number 4, one of the few tracks with a feature, Vision, featuring Zelooperz. I think that's how you say it. All these next 2 tracks are the only tracks with features. So this is one of the 3 tracks that are over like 3 minutes long. So gotta be something said on this.
I would be sent for wounded.
My father was away trapping. Time when it... Which lives.
What happened to you?
Magic? Was magic.
That's definitely felt like almost like an MF Doom type of like approach to a track, or even an R.A. Rugged Man type of like entry level to a track.
I with the vision myself. I had the fear for myself. I get that green like it's cow. I put that shit in a pail. Make sure my mama do well. All of my bitches do well.
Is that Earl? There's no way that's Earl, right? That has to be the other guy. That has to be Zelooperz, right? What is this one called? This one's called Vision. Okay, yeah. So this is the feature. I was about to say, what the fuck are you doing, Earl?
I with the vision myself. I had the fear for myself. I get that green like it's cow. I put that shit in a pail. Make sure my mama do well. All of my bitches do well. All of my bitches do well. My bitches shine like jewels. I get that cash to the wall.
He said my bitches shine like jewels. Like jewels, like... What was that word that he said right there? I think it was jewels, but I don't want to look it up. But he's kind of talking about like how he was getting money. He's kind of taking care of his bitches, his his mom now. So very interesting interesting way to open up the track. Already just spilling out all the beans out already.
Make sure my mama do well. All of my bitches do well. All of my bitches do well. My bitches shine like jewels. I get that cash to the wire. I made them plays on the cell. I free my sister herself. I got that check through the mail. Jupiter Jumbo a giant. Whipping that paint jambalaya. I held your hoe with a spell. I put that bitch on the trail. Hope I be smoking the finest. Running again like a tyrant. Went there with nothing else fails. When they're still bringing you hell. Simply symphony. Bitch sing a symphony. Bitch just defending me. She thought that this was skin deep. Been to
Bitch is just a friend of me. She thought this shit was skin deep. His verse is kind of like all over the place, and I don't really know how I feel about. He definitely would fit on something like what Earl Sweatshirt does, but I definitely don't know how I feel about kind of like his almost like lackluster verse in a way, and like approach to this track. I don't know how I really feel about that.
Bitch just defending me. She thought that this was skin deep. Ben took it back. Ben told you that you been weak. Ben had the mag. Ben on the line assembly. Tragedy.
I kind of do like the simple flow.
Looking for someone to laugh with me. Incomplete. Looking for someone to match with me. There's an eagle looking for someone that blasphemy. There's an eagle.
Desert Eagle looking for someone to blast with me. I do like how he's writing this beat. This beat is kind of cold, to be honest. Like, it's very like almost hypnotic in a way. I do like this beat, and he started and Zelooperz is starting to pick up his verse, in my opinion.
Eagle looking for someone to fly with me. Get high with me, nobody.
Oh no, not the eye drops.
Open my eyes, free me, just remind me where I'm from and what's going on, what's happening. The gas going, the motor flowing, bitch, what's happening? Remind me where I'm from and what's happening. The motor going, the gas flowing, bitch, what's happening?
Click. We ain't got click by myself, couldn't be little myself. Couldn't be all weak as hell. I just be weary of self. I had to feel for myself.
He said I just be weary of myself, like just kind of like aware of like what's happening in my life, what's happening. Like he's just aware of himself. He's very self-conscious, almost in a way. So I like the transition though, like the way it just went from Zelooperz's verse into Earl's verse. I think that was a smooth transition. No need for a hook right there. Once again, this is something Earl sounds really great on, like something I would never expect. He is really being experimental with this album, and I could wholeheartedly appreciate it because I think it's working out really well. And like I said, this is just from me being an amateur Earl Sweatshirt reaction channel. Like I'm not exclusively Earl Sweatshirt reaction channel, but I am still new to his music. I haven't heard a single whole album of his yet. I've heard him, I think, once as a feature, and then one other time with Odd Future. That's it. Everything else has been strictly from his album, and it's been from his Earl, from I Don't Like Shit, I'll Go Outside, from some rap songs. Like, I've only listened to a few tracks by him. You know what I mean? So, I'm really messing with this, though. This is a great like starting point, I think, for someone like me who was listening to Earl Sweatshirt, really listening to Earl Sweatshirt for the first time.
We ain't got click by myself, couldn't be little myself. Couldn't be all weak as hell. I just be weary of self. I had to feel for myself. Had to get low like the jail pose. Check review, then lose a tail, bro. I'ma skip over the hellhole. I had to vision myself. It caught me at a standstill. I picked up a penny and left. I picked up the clip.
They called me at a stand saw. I picked up a penny and left. Like, just talking about like getting out of his comfort zone in a way, you know, leaving people behind. Either way, this shit is hitting. Like, this is 4 tracks. This is like 4 tracks, not a single one I would skip. Even the beginning, when it was just literally like a minute track, I wouldn't even skip that because I feel like it builds up, it sets up the greatness of that 2010 track. You know what I mean? So
I'ma skip over the hellhole. I had the vision myself. It caught me at a standstill. I picked up a penny and left. I picked up the clip of the step, singular current event. Everything we in the midst of. How long you waving a rent? Moratorium extendo. I'm just evading the pit. Ain't no parade in the tent. Fuck out my face with syringe. Fixing my face, feigning interest. Loan on my pages get thin. Everything he said, I missed it. Can't believe you get paid for this shit. Whatever stock up the shelves. Niggas thinking that they figured it out. Hit the light whip up for sale. They itching for it, I seen it's been a drought. I hear the tone of the bell. Tried to atone with a prayer. Know the tone never tell. You gon' see when you get there anyhow.
he just smoothly rode that, man. Like, I don't know how any other way. Earl's signature flow, like, he adapted to this type of production, and it sounded great. Like, this is the type of experimental risk that I'm okay seeing with artists, like rappers, taking. You know, there is a difference between taking, like, a risk, like, that's going to work, and a risk that you just know isn't it. You know what I mean? Like, and this was a chance that Earl shot, and he is hitting right now. Like, he killed his verse on this track. No offense to Zelooperz, but I completely forgot your verse. I'm sorry. I completely forgot your verse. When Earl came on, he said, and then just bodied this shit, man. Like, this is another hit, honestly. This is another one that I would add if this wasn't my very first time listening to it.
I would do anything to
or if I was just straight up reacting to it
Please,
alone.
Blackbeard, is there anything you can do to help me?
Maybe there is.
How can I make our black children happy without any magic?
It depends upon what you
Oh, I didn't
tell
hear
them.
this. I
Magic
wasn't really
is
paying
only
attention to this intro at the
and our
beginning.
children do not need to grow up in a make-believe world. You need to tell them the truth and help make them feel proud of who they are. The magic of truth is much more powerful than the magic of make-believe. But what can I tell them?
Magic of truth is much more powerful than the magic of make-believe. Oh, shit. Damn, ain't that some shit. Ain't that the truth, though? Ain't that the truth?
Tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them that they're black. Here, take hold of my wing, and I will take you to someone who can give you something even better than magic.
Okay, why the fuck am I getting spammed by these bots right now?
Right, now to get it started.
Why am I actually being spammed by bots right now? It's literally the third message and we're only like... We're like already getting spammed by... We got spammed by 2 bots in literally the past... In the past like minute. Literally the past minute. But that Earl killed that, man. Earl killed that last track. And like I said, I do apologize, but I completely forgot the features verse. I already forgot his name. His name was like that kind of like forgettable. Not in a disrespectful way, but his verse was significantly weaker compared to Earl's verse, in my opinion. The dog's barking right now, so that means my parents are home, so I'm going to help them with groceries real quick. That'll take about like 5 minutes, so I'll see you guys here in a minute. Sorry about that, y'all. That took a little longer than expected, but we're back, man. We're back. So, out of the 4 tracks we've heard so far, 2 that I would definitely add if this wasn't like my first time reacting to the album, 2010 and Vision. Even though I really didn't remember the features contribution, Earl just completely killed it on his own. You know what I mean? So, it definitely was a great track. It definitely one that... And the feature said a lot within his verse, too. Just not... Once Earl got on, I really couldn't remember what all he said. You know, I remember him talking about his... Like, helping his mom. That was basically it. But, Earl had a lot to say on that. And once again, he just flowed over like a new school, like, type of trap beat in a way. It wasn't completely trap, but it was definitely some, like you could hear a bit of trap within them. So, we're finna go on to track number 5, which will get us halfway through the album at this point. Tabula, Rasa, featuring Armand Hammer. Isn't that like... That's like audio stream. What do you mean the audio stream? My audio is fine. Do I sound fine, y'all? Hello, do I sound fine? So, we finna check out track number 5, Tabula Rasa, feature Armand Hammer, which isn't that like the bald guy, Armand Hammer, or isn't that like some kind of like soap company or something like that? Oh snap! Freaking y'all were finna make me react to this and the audio was muted. Come on, y'all lacking.
Off the strength, I'm not as numb as I thought. I'm broken links, my circle shrinking smaller. Satellite.
First off, Mr. Hammer, you cannot just go in the booth, whip out your phone, and just say, "Hey, yo, start this shit." Like, there's no build up to it at all. He just walked in, and then there you go.
Off the strength, I'm not as numb as I thought. I'm broken links, my circle shrinking smaller. Satellite revolve, my core is a cauldron. Surrendered orbits, cross.
I'm not gonna pay attention to this verse if I'm trying to open this thing. Y'all see this, right? This is one of those Kool-Aids I used to get as a kid. We got these recently, and they're still the most difficult thing to open. You're not supposed to use your teeth on those, but... And I have to say that because I'm a quote-unquote influencer. But... Cheers, lads, to Earl Sweatshirt. Sick. Oh, that hits differently.
Off the strength, I'm not as numb as I thought. I'm broken links, my circle shrinking.
Off the strength, I'm not as tough as I thought. Oh, dang. Just getting straight into it, like I said already.
Off the strength, I'm not as numb as I thought. I'm broken links, my circle shrinking smaller. Satellite revolve, my core is a cauldron. Surrendered orbits, cross-check what's really real and what's performance. Speak for self, but wondering who else really on it. Who's really all in? Trouble calling, my phone don't ping, I'm buzzed, leave me alone. Truth with a stash.
My phone don't ping, I'm buzzed, leave me alone. Buzz, like he's saying, like he's buzzed, but also buzz, like the phone is buzzing. So, definitely sounds like, definitely you could tell these two features wanted to sound like, or wanted to fit kind of what Earl Sweatshirt does within his own music. So, gotta respect them for that.
My phone don't ping, I'm buzzed, leave me alone. Truth with a stash pocket for a lie. The document is alive. I speak life. Every border gets revised or dissolved. What defines what is charged? Haven't made up my mind if I'm assigned to the stars. I slide when I want. I'm inside of the funk. Trust, shoot on up when it dump. It came from the sludge. Involuntary, shook foundations and studs. Tears and snot bubbles. Sop.
Dude, his cadence is kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the way he's going on, doing this on and off rapping right here, and still sticking with like the production, like still writing the beat pretty well. I like it. I like just his delivery and his cadence. There's definitely a lot of meaning to his verse too, but it's just too deep for me to process without like reading along with the lyrics.
Voluntary, shook foundations and studs, tears and snot bubbles, sop puddles. I lay in the West by. Listen, let's not conflate. I give what I take. There's the hunt, there's the chase. Some talk like they never.
I give what I take. This the hunt, that's the chase. Ooh, ooh, I like that.
Got punched in the face, you can't see clearly now. Don't come near me. Whales at the wary, loop max infinite. Draw me closer, damn near intimate.
And I'll give you a kiss.
Is that Earl?
The flyer said grown and sexy. I came through overproof in a plastic Pepsi bottle. Security didn't check me. Skip coat check. They playing the oldies. I'ma go ahead and get sweaty.
There's no way that's not Earl. It's not Earl. So who is Armand Hammer a group? Who is Armand Hammer? Let me look this up. Let me go to Earl's. Let me go on Spotify real quick. Go on Spotify. Who is Armand Hammer? Because it sounds like they're a group now. Oh yeah, no, they're a duo. They're a rap duo. That's what it is. So it is two guys. That's cool. That's cool. So.
The flyer said grown and sexy. I came through overproof in a plastic Pepsi bottle. Security didn't check me. Skip coat check. They playing the oldies. I'ma go ahead and get sweaty. Plus say the 10 piece. It's hell up in Harlem, so meet me cross 110th Street. If the trees are bargain.
It's hell up in Harlem, so meet me across 110th Street. Ooh. Ooh. I'm catching every bar that I can, y'all. I'm not gonna try to force it. I'm catching every bar I can.
Bars that don't really tempt me. I'm from an area called Foreign and we drive them on empty. Zimbabwe. Bury me in a borrowed suit. Give my babies my rhyme books, but tell them do you. Give my enemies the good news. Time flew. We was probably brothers back then like TRU. No jerseys, no do-rags, hard bottom shoes. Niggas tired of the foolishness, no.
He said we used to be brothers back then, kind of like outside of being part of either like Bloods or Crips, you know. So he's talking about Harlem though, so it would be like a Blood in that case. So, oof. Once again, just a very unique sound. Like just every bit of production on here has not sounded like the previous one. You know what I mean? And it's staying all connected together perfectly. Like not a single one of these tracks has felt out of place yet. And what, this is track number 5? Like half of the first half of this album is completely solid. Not a single one I would skip. Still, like.
Rags, hard bottom shoes. Niggas tired of the foolishness, no disrespect. It's a lot of mids in the room. My pack loud, cut right through. Kofi Annan in the booth, so Yinka in the stew. Sese Seka Mabutu. If the DJ plays something smooth, slide on. It's a move. I don't dance, but maybe tonight I don't know her. I don't even mind if it is the strobe light. Live for the living. I made chicken late night. My box is burning up the kitchen. She passed out right when I was done fixing. I watch reruns in the dark, fingers and lips glistening. Oh, he did it. I'm so damn proud of myself. I did this for you, G. All right.
This is kind of a dope video. Just a cameraman, like this, like almost 80s, 70s type of like camera lens just following these guys like around the studio. Yeah, the first guy literally spit in the booth, the second guy was spitting and making a barbecue, and then now Earl and his homeboys seem to be in the studio cooking something up. Possibly this album. Maybe this verse in general. Like, the visuals, like the actual music videos for this and then 2010 were really cool. There wasn't really too much happening in 2010, but it was just kind of nice to see Earl Sweatshirt, you know?
Venture there and back, tall tales tossed to the breeze. We keep facts in the midnight wax. Family tree sap, light leak through the leaves on familiar tracks. I know it's real even when I'm feeling bad. Resilient as they built the...
I know it's real even when I'm feeling bad. I feel like we've all felt that feeling before when we're almost wrong in a sense, but we still know what's right. Like, we want to be right, but we definitely know it's, like, wrong. That's just, like, a life lesson in general. Freaking Earl Sweatshirt coming in with freaking alliteration, like, dog, you've been doing good, sounding like a new wave of you. This sounds like something old now, but it's still solid. Now, I'm not critiquing it. This definitely sounds like something we would hear from, like, some rap songs or, like, early days Earl, in a way.
Alright.
Venture there and back, tall tales tossed to the breeze. We keep facts in the midnight wax. Family tree sap, light leak through the leaves on familiar tracks. I know it's real even when I'm feeling bad. Resilient as they built the black. She shimmy into the yeah, that's consent getting established. You only trash if you trash. I keep it simple and dynamic. Trust the passage rights of life's chapters. I have to write to find balance. This game of telephone, massive. I do what I have to with the fragments. The madness method rampant these days. I let the panic pass me. Featherweight, my heart was straight despite baggage. They said
I let the panic pass me. So he's just kind of like maybe letting go of his fears now. Maybe embracing them. Ooh, man. Shit's getting a little heat in here. Hold up. Might have to turn down the heater that I have for my turtle. I hope y'all guys actually couldn't hear that. I imagine y'all really didn't hear the heater back there, but who knows, man. I mean, freaking even lowering the volume for my face cam. I just need to get a microphone. I really do. I just need to get like a microphone, and so y'all don't have to keep hearing the freaking like fan of my laptop finna blow up. It's ridiculous, man. I need my dad to clean this laptop. This was an old work laptop. He doesn't use it anymore. I literally use it for school and everything. He needs to clean some of the stuff off of this thing.
And this method rampant these days. I let the panic pass me. Featherweight, my heart was straight despite baggage. Asymptomatic, but I get sick of the delays. Faster, practicing what I preach. Keep pace. The calcium on my teeth fade. Streets ablaze with the anger, complacency, and deceit create. Ice sheet break. I couldn't wait. All I could say to the times that I couldn't freeze frame. Bleak fate. We got so much to bleed to clean slate. The bag of tricks in my sleeve break. Southpaw under the North Star, forcing all the lead changes. Don't sleep, man.
Snap your W-2 and file Fed.
I think that was honestly Earl's weakest performance yet. He was saying a lot once again, but I just don't like the fact that he went back to his old ways and started just kind of like rapping a little nonsense. You know, like he was just like his flow didn't match up with the beat at all. He was just rapping like his old days. It sounded like something like you'd hear from like Earl or I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside album. You know what I mean? So it's like you've been very experimental up to this project, and then this was sounding like something that could have been pleasing, but Earl was literally my least favorite part of that track. I really did like Armand Hammer's verses. I really like the two Armand Hammer guys on their verses, but wasn't really too crazy about Earl on that one. But it wasn't a skip. It still wasn't a skip, but definitely one that I feel like Earl has probably the weakest verse on. You know what I mean? So, but that's the first half of the album, and definitely, like I said, not a skip. Literally, the last track that we just reacted to was my first critique of the album. So, it's very impressive. It's a very impressive project already. But hopefully, he keeps it up. We already got 2 of the longest tracks out of the way, though. So, we got like 4 tracks in a row where they're like less than 2 minutes long, which, if y'all know me, a track for me has to be like over 2.5 minutes long for me to like add, I guess, and to get a good feeling about. But we'll see what he does, man. We'll see what he does with these. Track number 6, Lie, spelled the incorrect way, maybe for a reason though.
Come on, short man, it's starting to heat up a little bit. Yeah, it's alright. Alright.
Same one that I forgot to praise, still above me. One thing about it, I'ma beat him to the punches. Stumped all day thinking mama where the love went. With every triplet of trips around the sun, some of the sludge get thick, I'm chipping away at crust. Hold your head, your shit is in for a whole nother bus. Roaming the Citadel.
OJ's in for this shit, hearing this shit, hit it with the bus. I like this like jazz type of production though. I like the production on this one, and Earl doesn't sound too bad. He doesn't sound too bad on this one. But like I said, is a track under 2 minutes really gonna leave that big of an impression on me? We'll see.
Another bus, roaming the Citadel. On foot 11 when the split gave me a rush. Playing the cuts like a DJ. Let me know if you on tango with some lemon meringue. Wallaby soul stained gum. Exploring a couple different avenues and staying dangerous. Day drunk, yup. Sometimes the pain sitting fester in the hate, beloved. I'm working on it. It's worth the time. Further down the line.
He's talking about working on maybe fixing some of the problems he has as like a person, maybe as an MC. So very, if he is, well, the track's name is Lie, so maybe he's just lying about everything he's saying right now. So that'd be kind of a cool record, not gonna lie. See what I did there?
Further down the line, you might realize what's yours obviously mine. Toss the sword back into the vines. Calling out for Lord, looking low and high. Finally found it at the core of my dim and fire. What's a little lie? What's a little lie? Tell me.
Gotta make it straight.
That's what he told me too.
Short, I got to get this out.
It's kind of stuck.
I'm holding on.
Give me a hand. Help me out, Charlie. Hold them. Hold them.
Short, hey.
I got to get up. I got to get up. Hold it, baby. Hold it.
Put some oil on it. More water.
Hey, wait, when you get in this line. How's it feel? I feel like I ain't got no skin on my head.
So it was kind of interesting. That was probably my least favorite track out of all of them so far, if we're being honest. That's probably my least favorite one. I hate just the fact that this new era, everyone is adapting this philosophy that a track will be good and replayable if it's under if it's under 2 minutes. I can't stand tracks that are under 2 minutes. I really can't. A track for me has to hit 2.5 minutes. And this wasn't the first track that was on this album that hasn't hit a 2 minute mark. This was like the second one. But literally half of this album is literally tracks underneath 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60% of this album, the tracks are under 2 minutes. Like, And don't get me wrong, I thought the first one was good, but like, come on, dog. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of worried that this second half of the album is finna fall off for me now. I really do. We got track number 7? 7, right? Yeah, 7. Lobby, INT. Ooh.
You know what it is. Don't overreact. I'm 26. Felonious pass. Rolling with the pack. Even when it's switch. Guaranteed miss. Don't get too attached. Heavyweight on my back. Chamberlain with the stats. Don't play with it. Sailing the land. Niggas stay with the plan. We anchored in. When I get the thrax, I'm inhaling. I happen to know that it's sailing. I'm happy to throw out the trail. Cover your nose of surveillance. I know it's a quoted.
Ooh. This is a new type of energy. I like this. The beat is clean and Earl's just like, he's just flowing. He sounds good, man. This is what I like. I like that he's experimenting with this album. You know, like he's switching things up. His flows, what beats he's like choosing, like, and there's really not like anything. Like, I'm glad that he kind of, after the first two tracks, like steered away from the pandemic, like talking about COVID, you know. But I mean, it would have not been. I think Earl, like I said, I really do think Earl could be one of the few rappers who could make an album related about his life and struggles since the pandemic started. You know what I mean? And I think people would mess with it. Not a lot of people. And it probably would be an album that wouldn't age well after 2025. But it would definitely been interesting to hear some more of his thoughts and kind of how it's affected him mentally since COVID. Like, COVID's gone through its few waves.
Happy to know that it's sailing. I'm happy to throw out the trail. Cover your nose of surveillance. I know it's a quote of the field. Where you going and what's your intent? I ain't noticed the run of the mill. I ain't known for hugging the fence. Head hard, I'm stabbing this shit. Quick start, can't cover the steps. Since I like my partner from 65th. Big love, but I'm from the mid. I'm coming home, beloved, we slid.
And he is safe. Well, he is superhuman. Wow, overturned call.
I don't like how there's these clips at the end of almost every track. Or at least these last two tracks. I don't like how it just ends with those clips. I don't like that. So not a bad one. I think definitely out of the 3 less than 2 minute tracks I've heard, that was definitely, or 4 I guess, that was definitely my favorite. I like the beat, and Earl was just kind of doing, like, adapting a new flow on it. It was cool. So let's review what tracks that we've liked so far off of first listen. Definitely 2010. Definitely Vision. I'll say Tabula and Rasa just because 2/3 of that track was good, and Earl Sweatshirt I guess is tolerable in my opinion. Like I said, I still believe he's the weakest part of that track. And then Lobby INT. So 4 out of the 7 tracks that we've heard so far, I think I would have added if I was reacting to them individually and not as a whole album. But track number 8, Titanic, which I thought we've seen a music video to this song, but I guess it's not there. Holy shit. Report. God, I don't know why I get these people in. I don't know why I'm getting these bots in chat. Like, that really genuinely pisses me. Oh no, this is God Last. This isn't Titanic. What am I doing? Titanic's next, though. Titanic is the next track. Do they have to be so loud right now? Like, I know y'all just heard her go, oh, babe. God Last. Here we go. No, we are not sponsored by Radio.
I got a clean, I can't think. Resort to
she's sitting in a trap, snap, waiting. Like, she's sitting in a trap, waiting, snap, breaking. Like, obviously you're talking about like a mouse trap in a way.
Sit in the trap, waiting, snap, then we break. Something reaching for me from the waist. These days I'm mindful of what I embrace. Operating on an empty tank, spank me. Fumes fueling a flame. My grandfather spoke 13 languages. Somehow never had nothing to say to boo brain. Since Hazel made.
My grandfather spoke 13 languages somehow and had never had anything to say though. Like, that one was deep. Okay. This one's definitely another like very hypnotic type of track. Probably one, if I were to assume, let's see, what is it? Probably one that people like are going to sleep on, or probably consider a weak track though. But definitely doesn't have a bad vibe.
Nothing to say to boo brain. Since Hazel made sense of it through prayer. Booze is a false fragrance. Equal Lang, the glue that saved us. Duma's brain getting chipped away at daily. His body on a roll where his mind flailed in funeral wailers.
His body on a roll where his mind floundered. Like, I guess just like disappeared almost in a way. So, okay.
No beluga, no bob, just mood swinging. True pain, I couldn't eat or sleep for 7 days.
True pain, just
I
mood
ain't
swinging.
keep changing for the better. What to do when your job thankless? In the middle of the marsh where mosquitoes chop ankles, swamp. Marching on a quest for my lost halo. God.
That one was definitely deep.
Welcome to Grand Canyon University, leading a movement of service and leadership with...
So that one was definitely, I think, one of the deepest tracks we've heard. And it really does upset me that Earl doesn't go into these type of topics further than just one verse. Like, that's really, like, upsetting me. Because I hate the fact that all the new rappers are doing this. I really do. Also, here's an official video. What is this? Okay, yeah. So, this is an official music video for Titanic. We'll react to this one since for some reason it's just like the visualizer video on the playlist for some unknown reason. But what is this? Track number 9? Track number 9, right? Yeah. Second to last track. Here we go. Titanic.
Get to you straight, no frills. What I think might pay the bills. Spit on the cam like Machiavelli.
Ooh.
Came home in the...
Spit on the cam like Machiavelli. Like Machiavelli back there. Rest in peace, Pog, man.
2011, Pasadena, John calling me really ain't nowhere none of this shit was headed.
I ain't even know.
Intellect not gonna protect me. Bro just crashed, fucked up his Dodge. Now he's shopping for another Hemi. Did a dash, got out of Dodge. Crashed out in grandmama's car.
Did a Dodge, got out of Dodge. Definitely, this is definitely like something like very new school type of vibe. This doesn't even feel like Earl, like the experimental Earl that we've been here on his album. This sounds like almost like I want to make a banger type of Earl, you know. So I don't know. I'm digging it, but it doesn't. I don't know if it really fits Earl's style.
Now he's shopping for another Hemi. Did a dash, got out of Dodge. Crashed out in grandmama's car. They got tipped off by civilians.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Think I already feel it. Sweatshirt, cause you know our revenge is best served. Cold dish.
Pressure cook, bro.
No assist, I'm out here on a mission. Triple doubling off for the strips. Get ghosts like I need a killer.
Get ghosts like I need a killer. Ooh. That was kind of hard. What up, Jiminator? What up? We listen to Earl's new album, man. We glad you tuned in, man. He got some cold bars. I'm not gonna lie. He got some cold bars on this one.
mission. Triple doubling off for the strips. Get ghosts like I need a killer. Get ghosts like an apparition. Hometown, hold me down like a rock. So you know how I gotta skip it. So you know just how we living. Took it slow, saw what it could give me. Hit the road, go a mile a minute. Mask on like a super villain. Daniel, who you in the den with? Lying. Wasn't lying when I told dogs on the floor now cause I skinned them. On the 10 East homebound, I just broke down with the chemist. Midtown niggas pimping.
Never heard of him. Sounds dope so far. Great beat selection. The beat is kind of cold, yeah. The beat's kind of cold on this one. Definitely something very different from what we've heard on the album so far, and just something different from him in general. He's kind of writing this and just like soothing over it. It sounds dope, but in the context of the album, this one definitely stands out. And not in a bad way or in a good way either, but it definitely is one of the most like weirdest. I wonder if there's a difference between the video and then what's actually on the playlist. Maybe there's like a few differences. Maybe the beat's different. We'll check it out before we go into the final track.
And lying when I told dogs on the floor now cause I skinned them. On the 10 East homebound, I just broke down with the chemist. Midtown niggas pimping.
Now we get it.
Iceberg Mac kinda slim. What they couldn't see sinking ships. Capsize me, use a flip.
We know you.
Send a postcard from the depth. Bleed the vein till nothing left. You look drained, you should get some rest.
Go get some rest.
You look drained, you should get some rest.
You would dream you should get some rest. I mean, Jim, I'm not gonna say nothing, but you listen to Mises, so. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Oh Lord! I just said that. It is definitely sort of laid back. The lyrics were not the craziest thing in the world, but it was definitely interesting. He kind of took his own like risk with that one, trying to like just not sound exactly like the new school rappers, but you know, just put his little own twist on it. Now, it was definitely the most standout track we've heard from the album so far, but it wasn't bad. It definitely wasn't bad. And it looks like this is literally the exact same track on the playlist itself. What'd you say real quick? What'd you say? Mises is not my forte, but he does have some good songs. We're not finna start beef, but it seems like this is the exact same track. That was definitely the most standout track, like beat wise, kind of Earl's just approach to it. So definitely sounded. It was cool, but probably one that doesn't conceptually fit the idea of the album that I think he's been going for this entire time. So, but not a bad track. Not a bad track at all. And we're finally here. The final track of Earl's latest album, Sick. We got Fire in the Hole. Another, like, one of the last of the 3 tracks that was over 3 minutes. Like, this album was pretty short overall. There were 3 tracks total that combined up to, like, the time of the other 7. You know what I mean? So, we finna see. Earl's actually on this one alone. The other 2 tracks, though, he did have a feature. Now he's alone on this one. Let's see. Like storytelling rap, this ain't it, Chief. I mean, good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Jim. That's cool that you feel that way. But Earl definitely does got some storytelling tracks. I feel like with as much weed as you smoke, you need to listen to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. You need to listen to that album. I feel like you will mess with that one. And if you like storytelling rap, Kendrick's definitely one. Kendrick's definitely one you gotta listen to. Because, I'm gonna be honest, Jim, you got some shit music taste. So let me put you on some real game. But Fire in the Hole, final track. Let's get it.
See blood. Seeping into the mulch, I needed a...
Dog, how is he gonna come in with this weekend type of production? Hold up. And then he's just getting straight into it too.
Blood. Seeping into the mulch, I needed a quick result. I read it and don't respond. She see it and salt sprinkle. I needed another go.
You can feel it when a song has powerful. I'll look into him for sure. Alright, bet. I think you forgot a word right there, but or you meant to just say power, but let's go ahead and see this. Mainstream is okay, Kendrick is fire. Yeah. I don't care what anyone's perspective on mainstream rap is. If you don't have Kendrick, like if you do not give Kendrick credit where credit's due, then you're just actually a hater of mainstream rap. I'm sorry.
See blood. Seeping into the mulch, I needed a quick result. I read it and don't respond. She see it and salt sprinkle. I needed another go. I'm seeing her when I want. Fire leaping out the hole, deep breathing only make it grow. They ain't wanna lead a clutch. Far be it for me to plead with y'all. Hit leaning into the crutch.
He said they don't want me to grow. They don't want to. Basically, they don't want to see me succeed. That's why it'd be hard for him to plead with y'all sometimes. You know, maybe just talking about making music in general. Maybe talking to his audience, so his fans. So definitely, like I said, Jim. Let me just tell you something right now. Earl's a pretty complex rapper. You're not gonna understand a single one of his songs on first listen. So, yeah. That's all I'll say. If you get into Earl Sweatshirt, if you listen to that album, you're not going to understand most of it first time around, but he's definitely someone worth checking out. And if you don't mess with him after that, that's fine. But he's definitely a very complex rapper. That's why I respect him. And I've really been liking what he's doing with his album so far. There's been like maybe one skip. It is a short project, but I mean, there's maybe been one skip on this entire thing.
Ain't wanna lead a clutch. Far be it for me to plead with y'all. Hit leaning into the crutch, speeding through the laws. Take heed, we took an oath to the sword. The shield took a couple chinks, but it never broke. I know what he mean, how I play it based on what I'm shown. Consolidate the cream, then I'm headed home. She ain't shine like 14 karat gold. Rewiring, patching holes.
She shine like 14K karat gold. Oof. Hold up. Okay, hold up. This is a good one. What I hate is Lil Baby, Lil Xan, 42 Doug, all those flex rappers who has like 50-pound chains. That shit. Okay, so all those guys you discussed. Lil Baby, I've come to accept because he's really been on his grind. He's on everything. You can't deny his hustle. You can't. Lil Xan, nobody messed with in the first place. Only 12-year-old white boys mess with Lil Xan. And 42 Doug is overrated. He just really is. I don't like... I reacted to 42 Doug, and it was one track. It was 42 Doug and Roddy Ricch. And 42 Doug was my least favorite part. It was his track. Roddy Ricch was a feature. It was his track, and I did not care for 42. But Lil Baby, I don't know what he does on his own, but as features, he kills it every time. Pride is the Devil, Hurricane, there's another Lil Baby feature that he killed recently. Ramen and OJ, like, he's been on his hustle. So, but I can understand where you're coming from, but someone like Lil Baby, you just gotta give credit where credit's due. Because he is spitting his heart out. Every verse, you know, and he's practically on a new album almost every freaking like month. So let's see. Not saying it's all bad, more like I hate their online personas on social media. That's fair, but to be fair, who doesn't have like some type of drama or fake on social media? You know what I mean? So
based on what I'm shown, consolidate the cream, then I'm headed home. She ain't shine like 14 karat gold.
Best See, I'm a Joyner fan, but one of the best lyricists of this generation, that's a stretch. I'm a Joyner fan, and I'll say that's even a stretch. Because I love Evolution. Personally, I love Evolution. But ADHD, 508, and then Mansion are some pretty forgettable projects. They have their hits. ADHD definitely had some hits. But as whole records, none of those have really lived up. I own a vinyl copy of Evolution. That's how much I like it. But that's where Joyner kind of stepped off the gas on lyrically. Like, he was still bringing bars and everything, but it wasn't really like as like conceptual, or what he wasn't trying to do too much on Evolution. And I think that's why I liked it. I feel like he was trying way too much on the other albums, and it resulted in some like trash type of shit, especially ADHD. I can't believe I originally ranked like a 7.5. That album was like a 2 or a 3 in reality. So, all right, enough looking at chat. I gotta focus on this last track.
Shine like 14 karat gold, rewiring, patching holes. It's no rewinding. For the umpteenth time, it's only forward. Peace to a cop, solo to soul.
I like that, like, violin.
I couldn't toast to drink the demise. I heard the clink. Life could change in a blink of an eye. I'm wrinkling time. I'ma leave it to y'all to get hoodwinked and surprised. Threw on some Boosie. I'd rather be with you when I'm high. I went ahead and mixed some Beetlejuice with the wine. Skin contact pill.
Rather be with you when I'm high. Rather mix some Beetlejuice with the wine. Like, the cadence right there is pretty simple, but it fits this type of production. It's very, like, I don't even know how to describe this beat, but just the sound of it is another thing that it reminds me of 2010. It reminded me of 2010 earlier. Like, it felt right. It was different, but it feels right. You know what I mean? So,
Feeling a ride, squeeze down. It's been a minute since I blew up your line. I leave town fast, out the dungeon like outcast. Funnels with the loud pack, hunters Bruce crunching through the brown grass. Blood seeping into the mulch. I needed a quick result. I read it and don't respond. She see it and sprinkle salt. I needed another.
I think that's the first time we're actually hearing a chorus on this entire album. We went this entire album without a single chorus, and this is the first time we really hear one. That's kind of crazy when you think about it.
The gulp, I'm seeing no when I want.
Oh, please don't end it off like this. Oh, come on. Come on. You need another verse. Don't end it off like this. This one was going good. Yeah, it's totally going to end. He hasn't said anything. This is totally going to end off like this. No, I was liking this one. Ooh, the piano though. Hold up. Oh, it's kind of serving as like a closing act, I think. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Psychedelic. Or, how do you say that? Psychedelic, yeah. Ooh, this piano is actually kind of beautiful. Okay, now I'm not too upset, because I absolutely love that piano. I've always had a soft spot for pianos, like, in rap tracks, so... make sure. And that's it. That is it. Honestly, like, I actually would have not minded the piano playing out a little longer right there at the end. And Earl had a pretty, not the best verse, but it was an alright verse. It was pretty good. It was a smooth transition between the beat he was rapping on and the piano right there at the end. So I really did like that. So Jim, no, I'm not gonna react to the song that you said, because like you said, this is an album review. So, and we finna end it off anyway. So let me give my final thoughts about that track, and then, well, actually I just did. But hey man, if you tell me, DM me in Discord. DM me in Discord the track, and I'll react to it. I'll react to it eventually. You know, but that was actually a very pretty good album. Like, there wasn't, looking at it, I think the only track I honestly would skip, or like not skip, but I say I wasn't really the biggest fan of, was probably God Laughs, and then maybe if I went back and listened, Old Friend, because I feel like it was just an opening act. But the tracks I absolutely loved, 2010, Vision, Tabula, Rasa, I think would definitely take the longest to grow on me, because I think Earl still had the weakest part on that. If I'm not mistaken, I like Lobby, Titanic was pretty good, and then this one. So I almost like every track in some way. Really not a single skip in my opinion, and like I said, the only tracks that I think are probably weak is probably God Laughs and then Old Friend. You know, that's just kind of from the lack of like content, kind of like Earl didn't sound too good in my opinion on God Laughs, and then like I said, it just, compared to some of the other tracks on here, they're just very weak, and it really is hard for me to say I like Lobby INT, because it doesn't even reach 2 minutes. 6 of the tracks on here don't even reach 2 minutes, but I can't deny that they're pretty good tracks. You know what I mean? So this will definitely be an interesting album to go back and listen to on my own time. It'll probably be a few months, just because it did take. Actually, I listened to Dawn FM. I forgot I reacted to Dawn FM this same month, and I've already kind of made up my mindset of that album, what tracks I like, what tracks I don't like, since my album review. Like, and I did my album review literally the day after Dawn FM dropped, so maybe it won't take me too long. Maybe I'll start listening to this in my own time, because I just finished The College Dropout. For the albums that I've heard this year, I've heard From Me to You by Quadeca, just the regular version. We'll go back, I'll go listen to the deluxe version sometime. Dawn FM by Weeknd by Abel, and then Kanye's The College Dropout. Those are the 3 new albums I've heard this year, and now this is on there too. But I only reacted to this once, so I gotta actually go back and listen to it in my own time. But my final thoughts, I think I'll give this track like a 7 out of 10 on first listen. Like I said, I don't think there's a single skip, and even some of my least favorite tracks weren't completely like garbage. Not a single track on here I believe was garbage. This was definitely a very experimental project. The only thing that I would say, like, the only thing like that I think really stood out was Titanic, and that was just kind of like the sound of it. That one was, I think, built to be like a single, like a standout single, where 2010 was kind of like the first single of the album in a way. So that was cool. I had a lot of fun listening to that. This was my first ever time hearing a whole Earl Sweatshirt album. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed and want to see more from Earl Sweatshirt in the future, y'all know what to do by this point. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for new. Comment what you want to see next. Share your thoughts and opinions about the album and my reaction to it. If you guys want to join my Discord Glitch Gang, Links in the description as always, along with the reaction request form. 2, when you fill that out and donate a minimum of $5 through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, I'll cover your request as soon as possible. 1 to 3 days max. Other than that, man, I really appreciate everyone who tuned in and stuck with me for how long have we been streaming? How long have we been streaming? For this, like, almost 2 hours. I knew this wasn't nearly going to be as long as the album reaction review as Dawn FM or Whole Lot of Red, which, by the way, my Whole Lot of Red reaction actually did get unblocked by YouTube, so I'm very thank you YouTube for doing that. And thank you, I actually didn't get a single copyright thing for this album review, so that was kind of impressive. So